What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Tyler Ray here from Project Vertical. I'm a strength and conditioning coach as well as a professional dunker, and I try my hardest on Facebook to get back to everybody that posts questions for me. And again, if you don't have me on Facebook, there's a link below. You can click and add me down to the Project Vertical jump training page. But again, I get a lot of questions asked about training, about general things, about dunking, and again, just about sometimes shooting the breeze. But because it's hard to get back to everybody all the time, because I do get a lot of emails, I decided to post a bit of a request to have 10 questions posted, and I would answer them in an interview type style video. We're going to do so right now, but I just want to give a shout out to the individuals that I picked here. Okay, we'll take a look on the computer. You can see that I'm working here, and again, if I butcher your name, I apologize, but I'm trying my best. We got, this is Tiprak Za, and I'm just going to call you T-Za because, again, I probably pronounced it wrong. We got Moad, man, this Moad from No Limit Street Ball up in Montreal. This is my boy here, but he wanted to know a question, and that'll be answered in our interview here. We got Connor Soulier. We got, again, I'm going to be straight up frank when I say that I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm going to say Josip Matajevic. Again, I'm just going to call you J-Matt. You're my friend, J-Matt. PJ Sutherland. We have David Gomes. And that is David Gomes, aka G-Force, from Project Vertical. Wanted to know straight up whether I wore boxer or briefs, and you'll find out. Luis Gabriel Gonzalez. We have Mo G. And it's a longer last name, but again, I'm not going to try it. And Dave Carell. And Dave Carell is actually my original track and field Legion coach from back in the day. He is partly responsible for the man you know today. So what's up, D? Let's get to it. What type of food do I eat? Alright, Mr. Za. What type of food should I tell you I eat? No, I'm kidding. I eat pretty well. I eat a lot of lean meats, good high vegetable count. I eat the way I preach to my athletes. So, for the most part. I mean, I'm human, so I cheat obviously a couple times a week, and I got a really healthy appetite. I call it healthy. It's huge. I'm thinking about joining the Man vs. Food tour and starting my own show, Tyler vs. Food. But most importantly is that I do it pretty well. So you know, good lean meats, good fats, good complex carbs, and things that fuel the body. I mean, you are what you eat, regardless of how cliche that sounds. You are what you eat. Well, to be perfectly honest, I haven't been training as much during the week as I would have liked to. Recently, I've got a lot more work going on, so I find it more difficult to get to the gym, but I'm still training about 4 or 5 times a week. I had been training upwards of 6 and 7 times a week. When I say training, I don't mean always going and doing plyos, but doing some sort of activity to keep myself active and moving. But right now, probably anywhere from 4 to 5 times a week, I'm doing something fairly active, trying to rehab my knees so I can make it come back here and give you guys something to look at. Alright, extra skin on the belly that's not body fat. I'm going to take a big wild stab and say that it's a skin that just has a low collagen count. You probably want to look into things such as, there's like creams and rubs with high in vitamin E that can help you improve the collagen in that area, as well as doing exercises that help you stimulate and produce your own collagen within your body. So things where you're actually lengthening that area out and stretching it beyond beyond normal methods. So, you know, recline sit-ups, things like lying bicycles can help you produce your own and increase the amount of production of collagen in that area. Okay? Good luck, Connor. How much practice did I need till I could do a between the legs dunk? A lot. I wasn't born with very long arms or very big hands, so getting the ball between my legs and into the goal before hitting the ground or before losing it under my legs was pretty difficult. It took a long time. I really didn't start dunking competitively seriously until I was about 23. I'm only 26 right now. I've only been doing it for about 3 years. It took a good solid, probably 8 months worth of trying before I could get it, you know, one every 5 tries or so. But it's still, I mean, I don't get it every time now. I'm not going to say that I can just go and do it between the legs anytime I want, but it happens a lot more frequently now, so just keep at it. And my favorite dunk would be, personally my favorite dunk to do, I'd say would have to be probably just like a big one-handed dunk, something big where you just toss the ball real high and go chase it and just bring it down real hard. That or a reverse pump's pretty fun, kind of put some flavor on that dunk. Neither. Mankinis. I'm kidding. Boxer briefs. What type of diet do you use to get a ripped body? It's a pretty loaded question. It's pretty huge. I can't really explain all of it, but the optimal way to answer a question like this would be to focus on your macronutrients, so making sure you have a high amount of protein, a good amount of complex carbohydrates that phases out typically by about 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and make sure you got a good base of healthy fats as well. I mean, it's pretty detailed to get into what exactly it does require to get the most ripped body possible, like a cutting diet, but bottom line is if you're eating, you know, a high protein, high good fat, and a relatively moderate amount of complex carbohydrates, your body should start to lean up a little bit more than perhaps it is right now. Yes, the dreaded knee pain problem. I mean, I have it, so welcome to the team. But to talk a bit about it, I have a video on doing patellar tendonitis exercises to help combat that. More importantly, it's nagging, it's not fun, and it can prevent you from doing things that you really enjoy, which, you know, as of recent, it has prevented me from being as active as I'd like to be. My suggestion is, if you feel the knee pain coming on and it's worsening every time you go out, you gotta stop, you gotta take a rest, you gotta swallow it up and realize that continuing to stress that knee to the extent you're doing right now is only going to worsen the effects and lengthen the recovery time. So you're going to be, you know, out resting a lot longer than you probably want to. Just get a high ice on there, make sure you get a lot of ice to help with the inflammation, and you can try an anti-inflammatory medication like an Advil or an ibuprofen. But again, don't overdo it, and make sure you have food in your stomach, because you're going to have just a sore belly if you overdo that as well. So good luck. Absolutely, PJ. I mean, doing bodyweight exercises can be optimized fairly quickly, because it's the same as, I mean, do you do yoga to go and get stronger for jumping? I mean, yeah, it's going to benefit you in some way, but improving your overall strength and power does require an aspect of progressive resistance training, meaning tasking your muscles with a specific amount of weight and then slowly increasing that as you progress further forward. So yeah, bodyweight exercises will take you to a certain point depending on where you start, but they will max out fairly quick, so you do have to have some aspect of progressive resistance training in your program. Well, Mr. Carell, I warm up for my dunk competition similar to the way I used to warm up for track events. I like to do a lot of dynamic skips and bounds, and always start off with a nice slow jog just to get the circulation going. Again, my knees are pretty bad, so, you know, the knees being a fairly, especially the tendons being a fairly non-vascular area, I like to have a nice slow jog to warm the knees up. Even play a little, you know, scrimmage of basketball to help warm them up. Biggest mistake that an amateur can make is to run out in the basketball court and just start jumping as hard as they can immediately, and that's going to lead to injuries down the road and longer recovery time. So take your time warming up, good dynamic movements before, and then make sure after you're done you give yourself a good little stretch to help with the recovery of the muscle as well. So, talk to you later.